Hello everyone, welcome to another Funko Pop unboxing video. Today we have Paul Heyman from ECW. Technically WWE, but whatever. This is meant to be Paulie Dangerous, whatever his name used to be back in the day, when he was in WCW. This is meant to be him from his ECW era, where, you know, it was his company, he was the main man in charge, you know, years before WWE ever owned it. This is very cool though. Like, I love, it's very retro, it's very cool. He's got the hat on, he's got the microphone. Certain WWE pops I get still, like, you know, back in the earlier days of this channel, I used to buy all of them pretty much, but I sort of fell out of love with the product, in general. I still keep up with it kind of on social media, but, certain pops like this, I will go out of my way to buy it. Like, you know, I also picked up, RVD with the briefcase, because, I mean, why not? Like, look how cool that is. So, that's going to be the next video. But Paul Heyman here, I had to get. Like, they're doing this thing with GameStop, too, I noticed, where they're pretty much releasing almost all their exclusives through GameStop. So, that's interesting. I honestly don't really buy games that often, like, ever. So, like, I'm usually going to GameStop to look at the pops, just to see what they got. So, yeah, I had to get Paul Heyman here. ECW is, of course, iconic. It's very, you know, it could, honestly, by today's standards, I don't think you could do that version of ECW. Like, there's no way. Like, the things they were doing in that show were, yeah, just extreme, literally. So, not just the blood and, you know, the hardcoreness of the violence, the other things, you know. So, yeah. And what's funny, too, you know, if you have WWE Network, which ever since it went on Peacock has kind of turned into a mess, in my opinion. Like, the layout, I mean. Like, when it used to be its own, like, app or whatever, it had a pretty good layout. But it's kind of a mess on Peacock. But if you do go on there, like, you can watch all of the old ECW. Like, all the old pay-per-views, the old episodes, and it's all uncensored, which is great. So, yeah, it's quite a lot. So yeah, I obviously wasn't around. I mean, I was alive. I was just a little kid when the original ECW was airing. But I did go back and look at some of it when I had the WWE Network, and man, it is a lot. You know, I did watch the revival of ECW back in 2006 through 2010, I think it was, when they finally turned it into NXT. And, you know, people had mixed opinions about that, but honestly, I have nostalgia for that version of ECW. Obviously not as good as, you know, the original, but yeah. Or sorry, I think they brought it back in 2005, actually, with One Night Stand, and then, yeah, it became a show again in 2006. But, very cool. Of course, Paul Heyman nowadays is most known for being the reason why Brock Lesnar, essentially, is who he is, and also he's with Roman Reigns right now at the moment, so he is very much an important figure in wrestling, in history, the history of wrestling. One of the greatest minds in wrestling, behind the scenes, and, you know, he's great on the microphone, and he's just he's one of those people with a very big personality. So, yeah, that's Paul Heyman right there. I know I kind of rambled a lot there, but I just had to get this, because, like, it's really cool. It's really, like, vintage looking, which I like. So yeah, the man's a genius, whether you like it or not. So, but anyways, thank you guys for watching this, and have a good one. Bye-bye.